some are a seeing in answer. Mr. P, Mr. S, we are going inside. Let's go in. Let's go in. A MPP for and a veteran of a acting Chief Justice, Mr. Bafo Boni. Say, you better to na yɛtotona we are na parliament akɔtena se adwene ho ahwɛ si bi omtotona no sɛ odim ana sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛwɔ ne chi ɛma no kɔyɛ Chief Justice a na sebio yama no ɛyɛ nod no ana green light no ana parliament eyi poma kwan mu ama Mr. Boni abɛyɛ the substantive Chief Justice of Ghana. Now yɛn nyina yɛnim when it comes to vetting and when it comes to vetting people who are going to be in higher authority or who are going to lead institutions that basically your constitutional ama your kwan say yema nipa bi ndi enim. We have three arms of government. We have the legislature, that is what we call parliament. We have the executive, that is what we call the presidency, and then we have the judiciary, which is led by the Chief Justice. Inti vetting somebody to be the head of our judiciary is a big deal. And the reason why I say it's a big deal, and I say, the reason why I say it's a big deal, and I say, you are picking somebody to lead the legal brain of Ghana, to lead your court, to lead the discipline in all our courts, to lead the fight against corruption in all our courts, the judiciary, the judicial services. Obia or Ghana, Sebio judiciary, as you are electing or you are vetting somebody to be the head. You use somebody to make sure say the confidence in our judiciary, that person will represent a new phase of the judiciary. So it is not just like getting somebody to go sit there. There are so many judges in Ghana who can be Chief Justice, but you need somebody with some unique qualities, unique experience. You need somebody you believe say when the people, when the country as a nation, obia ewuna nenimye nyama sebio ne huni kambia sa nipa ne de obetumi de gidie a friend of confidence asaba ye judiciary and the din se Ghana for ebeji court bia judge bia judicial services ni bia edi. Inti this is a big deal. This is not for kids. This is not a child's play. You see, the man we are going to vet, we are vetting a man who has seen all political parties and I say all regimes from 1992 time I constitution. President Bia Wabatna every regime Biano, he was there. He has witnessed it. So this is not like a young judge or a young lawyer we are forcing onto the Supreme Court. No. This is somebody who has been part of the judiciary since its inception. Onim the in and out of the judiciary. And such a day is a day. We need to get fine brains. We need to get people who will not allow politics to cloud their foolishness. We will need people, irrespective of where their political affiliation points to, they will look at a person sitting there and be like, you know what? I need to ask questions that at the end of the day, Ghana Phobe who say, I want this man to represent the office that he's going to. So it is not politics as usual vetting. It is not, oh, this is going to be a minister. He's going to this sports minister. He's going to communication minister. He's going to be this minister. So no, this is the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. And what makes it more serious than they say, the man sitting in front of every single person, this is a man who has the experience. So before you sit before the man, you need to understand and say, when you raise issues of allegations without substantiating it, that man already understands that word. And he already knows where you are heading. Before you raise any speculative anything speculative, you need to understand, say, you are sitting before a man who has gone through the mill, who understands speculations, who understands allegations, who understands statement based on fact, who understands you going against rules of engagement. So you are not going to just interview a man who does not know his left from right. You are going to interview a man who is basically a dictionary when it comes to law in Ghana, when it comes to protecting of the judiciary in Ghana. So it is not politics as usual. It is not being combative. It is not being showing your emotions and your sympathetic side to somebody. It goes beyond personal attacks. It goes beyond personal affiliations. It goes beyond romance with other people. It goes beyond your affair with other people. It is strictly about business, what the judiciary stands for. So you're questioning. If you are questioning this man, if you are ready to question this man, you need to understand, say, you are questioning this man as an ignorant person when it comes to the law. Because whether you like it or not, he's sitting in front of you as the creme de la creme who has gone through the law, understanding it and doing what? Interpreting it. Some people sometimes take everything to be the same. It is not. The vetting of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. Bafubon, it is a new beginning for the judiciary. Because for a long time, the judiciary, for some time now, that respect, that fear, I'm not saying fear, that respect we all had for the judiciary, we saw how it was tainted. We saw how it was discolored. We saw how the uniqueness of the judiciary, was taken over by political actors. So we are getting into an era whereby we are trying to see, say, you bet to me, I'm making sure, say, the judiciary will come back to that judiciary we have always respected and believed in. Now, when somebody says, say, the judiciary is corrupt, or before somebody will say, the judiciary of Ghana, or the judiciary, right now the judiciary not say, we don't have confidence in the judiciary, one or two things, and it all starts from the top. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, when people started complaining about the bad governance we were experiencing, it started from Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. Bawumia represented the economy. Akufo-Addo represented day-to-day governance. Now we saw, say, the day-to-day governance and the managing of the economy, the two at the end of the day were crumbling. Nobody was giving us answers about how governance was being drained, how we were not being led by people who knew what they were doing. And secondly, people were asking questions about why the economy was dipping and dipping and dipping, and people were struggling. So these two questions were not being answered. So Ghanaians were looking at the head. Now, for somebody to criticize the judiciary, it will depend. The only way or the only thing that will make somebody criticize the judiciary is when the posture of the leader of the judiciary in Ghana is seen as very political. Now, let me explain this. The posture of the Chief Justice in every country, and let me limit it to Ghana. If the posture is political, the person who is the head of the judicial services, if his posture is not a posture that projects neutrality, automatically the judiciary that is his roots automatically becomes tainted. So you can have good judges, you can have a good judicial system, you can have a good court system, but when the leader of the court, the judiciary, the posture is very political, very one way, very, very corrupt, what happens? And they say the posture of the leadership and the judge, the judiciary. And you see, it was so easy for Ghanaians to see, say, or to imply, say, the judiciary and the Akufo-Addo, led by Madam Torkonu, was very political because of the posture of Torkonu. And when we say posture, it is not about the way they sit. It is not about the way they move their body. It is not about the way they talk. It's their actions in their deliberation or when they are working or delivering. Into how are they able? How they approach their omujuma, and then the posture of the leader. Now you see, Enini Yabua was the Chief Justice before Torkonu took over. The kind of resentment, the kind of anger, the kind of dissatisfaction Ghanaians had towards Torkonu's leadership as the CJ, it wasn't the same as Enini Yabua. Even though some people knew that Enini Yabua, at the end of the day, majority of people knew, say, he was affiliated to the MPP, but at least his posture Enini Yeboah maintained a posture that was very difficult for anybody to say he is an in and out political judge. If there's anything I'll give to Enini Yeboah, that is what I'll give to him. Even though we knew he was doing the bidding for the NPP, he is an in and out NPP judge. His posture was always straight, and it made it difficult for people to be like, say, we don't want to respect the court again because the leader of Ghana court, and the judiciary head, his posture is bad. Madam Torkonu, basically, her posture was pure political. It was purely political, and you did not need to read her for long to know, say, she was doing the bidding of a politician or doing the bidding for the president of the day. Now, how did that affect the judiciary? At a point, we Ghanaians knew, say, we had issues with our judges, some of our judges. Now, until Torkonu took over, we got to that point who say, Madam Torkonu basically wasn't working as a Chief Justice. Madam Torkonu was basically taking instructions from the executive, and as low as going to Parliament to take instructions from a 46-year-old boy to make it her view when it comes to exercising her duties as the Chief Justice. So a lot of Ghanaians started asking, now court not say, and when people were saying, say court not say, the court is corrupt, people were not referring to individual lawyers, judges, or people who work with the judiciary. People were referring to the head of the judiciary. Under Ekufuado Torkonu ba, the judiciary did not have any better name. They were not attractive. Ghanaians didn't want to have anything to do with the judiciary because Torkonu's posture was so bad, it was so tainted, Torkonu was so political, and my Ghana for psychologically, who Judge Bia say Judge Bia, with all due respect, is a liar. Judge Bia is political. Judge Bia basically is not doing the right thing. It trickled down. It came all the way down to the point whereby Torkonu was now suggesting judges who we all knew that they were not even qualified to be Supreme Court judges. It got to a point whereby a whole Torkonu suggested or suggested her secretary, her personal judicial secretary to the president to make her a Supreme Court judge. We got to the point whereby we saw Torkonu in less than 24 hours take decisions on proceedings in Parliament without hearing all the parts involved in the issue that was brought to her in Parliament. So people now started asking, Adentina court na say, Adentina se say ano yentumi court nindi, Adentina se court na say, Adentina se ano court na say MPP for court. The reason why we all came to that conclusion was because the posture of the leader, the posture of Torkonu, the way she did her things, when it came to executing her duties, how she aligned herself, how she, at the end of the day, made sure, say, a case that is supposed to have a free hearing platform, how she was quick to take sides. Afenyo Markin was able to go to Torkonu in less than 10 minutes or 1 hour to make sure a case is called in court. That is where, when we talk about posture means. Now, we are talking about Mr. Bafuboni. And from the time Yatesen for insinuate Ekikansem about we don't like Bafuboni, and most of them are coming from the MPP side, I've not seen or heard or read any article as suggests to say Mr. Bafuboni is a corrupt judge. Mr. Bafuboni is opposite to anything that makes somebody qualified to be the Chief Justice. Now, it shows clearly, say, the man is qualified. It is just that some people feel, say, their party candidate, their party member was taken out of her position in a way they don't like. So they will find every single means to make it look like, say, Mr. Bafuboni does not qualify or is not qualified or is not supposed to be the Chief Justice of Ghana. So there are two different arguments here. One side they feel very aggrieved they feel very angry because someone they see as their party member, someone they see as doing their bidding for them, a former Chief Justice they saw as one of them, the way and manner she was kicked out, which they believe they saw nothing wrong with, They have always had an issue with that, and that they believe is that because they never liked the way she was kicked out, everything about Bafuboni should never be considered as legitimate. And the Saoshwe MPP for now, they are not able to question Bafuboni's legitimacy. They are not able to question his integrity. They are not able to question how he has been able to be selfless as a judge from 92. While witnessing all the regimes, they have not been able to raise any issue of corruption against him. All that they are saying is that Madam Torkonu is our member. Madam Torkonu is our friend. The former Chief Justice is one of us. Why did she leave that office? We don't agree. Even if she is wrong, we are still supposed to keep her on top of the judiciary. So the MP for argument in Yan say, Torkonu nyakra, Torkonu abokrono, Torkonu ebibina emfa kwemukra. We as Ghanaians, we have to keep her because to them, Torkonu boneno enye bone maomo. They don't see Torkonu's sin as a sin because Torkonu is one of them. Into the argument these people are making, Afenyo Markin and then the battalions, their argument was that why have you taken out our partner, our friend, our colleague, our MPP judge? They were not even fighting for integrity. They were not even trying to say, let us grill Bafuboni and see, he, at the end of the day, he is corrupt free. Let us grill Bafuboni and see, he has the intellectual know-how to be the Chief Justice. They did not even look at the part, let us grill Bafuboni and see, if he's given that position, he will not be political. He will not be partisan. They have forgotten about their principles, the reason why they have been made to sit on the committee. What they are more concerned about is that why have you hurt our darling girl? Why have you sacked our mother? Why have you made sure Osunomame has been kicked out of the office? The bonina Osunomame the sins of Torkonu to the MPP is never a sin. But to every single Ghanaian, it's a sin. But to them, led by Afenyo Markin, it is never a sin. That is why I started this my tour by telling you, when we talk about the posture of the leader of the judiciary, it is very vital to sustaining the credibility and integrity of your judiciary. Because when the person leading the judiciary, the posture not the best posture, it affects the root. It goes down to affect the judges. It goes down to affect proceedings. It goes down to affect the integrity of the judiciary as a whole. But then, from what we witnessed today, Mr. Bafuboni has shown, when it comes to being confident, knowing the law, having the integrity, being corrupt-free judge, somebody who has a track record, we witnessed that today. But the other people never cared about that. Because, Obeso be the Chief Justice. Why don't you care about if that person can be a good Chief Justice? Why do you care about a former Chief Justice who, at the end of the day, went through the process? Torkonu herself never said she wasn't given the due process. She went through the due process. So if even you feel Osunomame or you're part of your party, Moon now why don't you try and grill Bonnie? They have nothing on Bonnie. They know Bonnie is overqualified. They know Bonnie is somebody who can do the job more than their mother Torkonu. They know Bonnie passed this test a long time ago. Now, because they cannot stand Bonnie, because they know when it comes to pound for pound, they cannot ask Bonnie any question that he will not be able to answer. They try to divert their attention by protecting their political judge, who is Torkonu. And the highest form of foolishness from this 46-year-old boy who is leading a group of old men with gray hair in their anus, fooling themselves and not allowing proceedings to go on. What we all witnessed today on TV, it should tell us one thing. The NPP is a political party filled with ignorant fools led by a young, arrogant, selfish ingrate who thinks everything about parliament, politics is supposed to be combative. That is the childishness in this political criminal. The reason why I call him a political criminal is because he has a criminal case on the desk of the Attorney General. Now you understand. What they did today It has not changed anything. Ghanaians have come to see the difference between a party that basically follows unnecessary arguments, a party that ends up omudi enkwara enkwara. They think say every day is a fight, every day is a mad fight, every day let's wash our anus in public, every day it should be about us. This boy Afenyo Markin, he uses the NPP to clean his ass because he wants everything about them to be about him. And they are so foolish to the point where they don't understand. They are not intelligent enough to see, say, this 46-year-old fool, this boy has nothing for them. And they keep following his foolishness. And every single day, the integrity of the party keeps breaking down because they have refused to understand the say. And they are say, they are not intelligent enough to know, say, this boy is fooling them. This boy is using them to build his own negative political career. And that is how the whole proceedings, when they came, they said they were not really coming to ask questions. They were coming to attack. Then if you want to attack, you need to attack by having basis for your attack. But you cannot just attack vaguely. And that is the thing. Some MPP for Jimmy Fowe, they don't understand. You want to attack somebody. You want to find a way to make the person feel uncomfortable. You need to have a basis for doing that. Now, so only basis to attack somebody, then it makes your attack look like you are crazy. And that is what this guy exhibited today. Because all the things he was trying to do, all the unnecessary attacks he tried to create, at the end of the day, he didn't have basis for it. And the NDC did not allow him to do then to exhibit his foolishness today. That's why today you realize, say, what they wrote for him, the game plan they gave him, the moment the NDC majority realized that the game plan is to distract the process, he became very useless. And the only thing he did was to say that we are walking out of this vetting. But before that, this Kasongo, this political criminal whose docket is on the desk of the Attorney General, this guy went on Joy News, the fake news, Joy News, to tell Ghanaians that they, the minority, will never walk out and that they are coming into the vetting to grill the acting CJ. Now, this is what he said on Joy News before they came to the vetting today.
Boycotting is vice chair. Boycotting is out.
So categorically, you will not boycott.
We will not boycott it. Anybody who is expecting us to boycott, I say here and now, we will never boycott it.
So what will you do instead?
We will do what is right.
A few moments later.
We cannot be part of a process that would give rights to another and deny another of her bona fide as enshrined in the Constitution. Chairman, that said, we would yield to you to proceed whilst we exit this committee room with our views well documented for the records, and on the floor we shall proceed with a debate further stating our position and take a vote against the nominee as required by the rules of the plenary.
Boycotting is
vice chair.
Boycotting is out.
So categorically, you will not boycott.
We will not boycott it. Anybody who is expecting us to boycott, I say here and now, we will never boycott it.
So what will you do instead?
We will do what is right.
A few moments later.
We cannot be part of a process that would give rights to another and deny another of her bona fide as enshrined in the Constitution. Chairman, that said, we would yield to you to proceed whilst we exit this committee room with our views well documented for the records, and on the floor we shall proceed with a debate further stating our position and take a vote against the nominee.
Do you know the problem I have with the MPP? 90% of the people following Afenyo, they are older than Afenyo. It's terrible, right? And there you say, Jimmy Fuamano. It shows how the party lacks leadership. Oseche Mensa Bonsu, where Jimmy Kurano, you know, work out. Oseche Mensa Bonsu. Or ya corrupter with Jimmy Kurano, Oseche Mensa Bonsu will never work out. He will find his way to make sure his colleagues on his side find a way to ask their questions. Oseche Mensa Bonsu, where Jimmy Kurano, as corrupt as he is, he will never foolishly, stupidly, childishly walk out and say, "Wa mama dia mi penti, I am walking out." Assuming say, and I say, it looks like I say anka amaswa. Ebia, just say in their head, you know, so nya enkoso. Now you get what I mean. Anytime I catch you say, the people following this guy like a dog, you know. 90% of them, they are older than him. But you see, the NPP lacks leadership. The NPP, they lack what we call somebody to talk to them and say, "Ye penyini, ye obia on your temperamental, ye obia obetuma composing under pressure, ye obia he can sit through fire and still maintain his composure and make sure we get what we want." This child is being followed by old men. And he's using them. He is using them. This guy was born in 1978. A kid. He was born in 1978. And look at the people following him. Look at those following him. Look at the video. Watch. I'll play the video. See the people following him. Every one of them is older than this guy. But the NPP is so foolish. They have no leadership. They have no reasoning. Nobody is able to step out to say, no. This is not a contest. This is not content creating. This is not a banter. This is strategic. We need to be smart and intelligent going forward. Because the people sitting there, the majority, they are not stupid. They have lawyers amongst them. They have people who have been in this court with us for years and understand the proceedings. These are not people we can just bulldoze our way through. So we need to have an extra smart people to lead this charge. But these fools, anytime we can say the party, or say Chairman Sabons, where Jimmy Kurano, where Jimmy at the time, where Jimmy no, he will not fall for this foolishness. He will never fall for this foolishness. And you see, today I saw something. You see, this guy, he has always been a bully because of inferiority complex. Since one said ni party tribianka say, his life has all been about, I was struggling here. So he has always wanted to belong. He has always wanted people to notice him. These things he's doing, it is about the things that he was denied when he was growing up. And until today, everything about him is about what I wear, how I look. Look at what this one is wearing. Look at it is the inferiority complex. It is about where he was dug from. In his life, where he has gotten to know, everything is about being combative. Everything is about what I want. I need to get it. So he fails to use his basic brain, the reasoning brain that tells you, say, you are a leader of a group. And the leader of a group, you need to understand every single person have their own opinion. And you need to understand you don't speak for yourself. You speak for everyone. Your actions represent everyone. And you have to be careful the way you conduct yourself in public. But this guy, he is not intelligent enough to get to that point. He's a 78 born. Osa. But you see, the NPP, because majority of them, they are not seeing these things. Yeah? Choosing a leader in parliament to lead a political party, it is not about somebody who is screaming every day. It is about somebody who is tactically smart. Screaming. Kwasiebia to be screaming of parliament. Look at the Torkonu MP Ana Ote Akwa Winchain. This guy is somebody who has a criminal case hanging on his neck in Australia. Look at this guy's face. Can he make any intelligent submission? the 78 people, they could not get any intelligent people to say, "She akwai bawi a former macho mani, Wejagbawi MP, former macho mani ana onom eye weightlifting eye pills ya and the unye binum ya. Why say when ya is in way Jerry." Sa former tag ya not in Tamon Nadi and ye Jiminti Wabe MP a Bawi. Akwea no nom eye GNZ o sedi endien weightlifting pills near the idea obey 10 time and also Jaya why said when ya is in way. These people how can these people make any serious suggestion? How can they question Bafuboni? On one gets a go for on your mobile, no, or say half of them are dumb idiots. You see, this guy, no, they be catch MP before. There's something he's done for a long time. He has always wanted to suppress people. You see, he's a master of bullying. Sorry, he likes to bully people to make himself feel okay. Okay, sir, Abrante bina Afenyo Markin kofa na yire ya. Osa ene ne yire kodaya osa ma ne yire ni nua ne Abrante ne mba ode ne nsakeka omo a Afenyo Markin efre Abrante no it's that thing. He always wants to bully people. He always wants to feel important because he was denied that when he was growing up. When you look at him very well, so Ojina Parliament kasa Ojina Bebia kasa, you could see say he's yearning for attention. It is something that he was denied in his infancy. He did not get the opportunity to lead. He did not get the opportunity to be called. He did not get the opportunity to be noticed. So this is his World Cup. And you see, the moment he gets in that mood, he forgets that he's in a leadership role. So everything becomes creating content about himself. And okay, say at a point, he was fighting a mere reporter that do not address me as the leader of the minority caucus. You see, it was something that he was so much into. And so person akwara and nkwara brim, they were denied their childhood. That is a typical example of a kid who was denied adia wasa akwarenya. Sanka brocheno wa anka they put him through some therapy. Yeah. When kabrocheno wa anka na yire beshada pe a psychologist, a therapist. Not every week because he's suffering from something called a self-depreciation syndrome. He's always at the negative. So he suffers from SDC, self-depreciating syndrome. Debia is in the negative. So he wants to find a way to be seen positive. Into Debiano, it's all about bullying people with a little opportunity he gets as a leader. Now, this guy and Ayariga Kansimbi, and I'm going to play the banter between Oni Ayariga. You see, Ayariga said something today. It has become something you have been doing here during veterans. You deliberately decide to bully people. And you see, because MPP don't Jiminti, they see that as somebody who is fighting for them. They don't see that psychologically their leader needs therapy. Any psychologist, any therapist, Afenyo Markin can stand in him 2 minutes, or because you have a big problem. Yeah, Afenyo Markin, or not therapist be or yet qualified or America, Papa be him 2 minutes. Or because say you have a big problem. We need to work on, and that problem, no, and no na MPP for only a whole reporter. He fought a reporter. And you ask yourself, why? Why are you fighting a reporter? If a reporter says, you are the leader of the minority group, what does it take from you? Afenyo Markin is a Bangladesh who is enshrined in Bodafidi. That is all. He needs a therapist. He is a Bangladesh enshrined in a Bonafide kind of thinking. And that Bodafide kind of thinking is what he needs a therapist to help him with. Afenyo Markin needs help. Oyamwa as a human being, he needs it. He doesn't want to admit it. Afenyo Markin Hiamwa is a Bangladesh enshrined in Bonafide thinking. He needs that help. Afenyo Markin thinks that he can bully everyone around him. Afenyo Markin thinks that he can make noise, he can scream, he can make it look like I am the one fighting everybody. Afenyo Markin is suffering from self-depreciation syndrome. And the bona fide thinking, no, it has Bangladeshed him. So this guy, any therapist who is smart, on the 2 minutes, I can say, you really need help. Now, let's go listen to Ayariga. Ayariga Kasemi. And it's very important.
But you can't just be allowed to run down everybody and get up and walk because you are Afenyo Markin. Why? It will not be allowed. I am going to look, this whole issue about you making a preliminary statement, show me a rule that says that you have a right to make a preliminary statement. Show me in our standing orders anything that says that you, Afenyo Markin, have a right to make preliminary statements. You don't. Listen, we developed it as a practice. We developed it as a practice where normally the two leaders may make welcoming statements and general open statements, but you have converted it into a platform to do a press conference where you attack and impugn people and walk away with it. I'm saying that today you will not attack anybody and walk away whilst I sit in this committee. We developed it as a practice. We developed it as a practice where normally the two leaders may make welcoming statements and general open statements, but you have converted it into a platform to do a press conference where you attack and impugn people and walk away with it. I'm saying that today you will not attack anybody and walk away whilst I sit in this committee.
You see, Ayariga basically explain who Afenyo Markin is in a very diplomatic way. That is what he does. He uses these opportunities to impugn people, attack people. And then what he does is then he claims that he is the victim. He's suffering from something. He needs a therapist. Actually, I won't study Nipa. We are not kids. So I've studied the guy for some time. At a point when he was doing his foolishness back and forth, I told my team, say, you know what? This issue of preliminary statement, you know, that statement is not in the law. If I were the chairman and people giving this preliminary statement and all these statements, I would have said, say, if left and right are not agreeing on this preliminary statement that they are giving, I'm going to quash it. Let's go straight and ask questions. Because it was just a waste of time. He was basically wasting the nation's time. It was the inferiority complex and syndrome that was showing. He always wanted to banter. He always wanted to be seen. So if I were the chairman, I would have said, say, you know, this is just a practice. It's just a practice. We are not bound by any law to make sure, say, leadership gives statement before we start our vetting. So what is going to happen is, in fact, guys, let us cancel the prelims. This preliminary statement, let's cancel it. Let us go straight and ask questions. They wouldn't have agreed. You know why they wouldn't have agreed? Because when you take away that preliminary statement, you know, it makes Afenyo Markin look stupid. Because these are the small opportunities he takes to feel important in his skin. So we are smart now, we're studying it for a long time. Time Momoko demonstration, this assault case on him. How many people were there heckling with the police? How many people? When you check the video very well, Afenyo Markin was not even right in front of the police officer. There were about 4, 5, 6 people in front of the police officer before Afenyo Markin. But what did he do? He jumped through the people to knock the police officer in the face. He needed that presence. He needed to be felt. That is the syndrome. He needs a therapist. Afenyo Markin is suffering. And people think, say, this is a normal thing. He's being combative. No. One day, Akwa Webejan 1 and 2 Okrum, because you see, the things that he was searching for when he was young, he didn't get. He believes, say, in his head, he needs to be combative to get that. And it's out checking even his assault case and how it happened. You ask yourself, say, the scaffold that happened, police falling back and forth, you know, you were not even right in front of the police officer. Afenyo Markin had to penetrate to go and knock the policeman because at that moment, he feels to say, I need to stand out negatively. And he penetrated, went, looked for the police officer, and knocked him. Into the baby and free and obo police ninasum. Because that syndrome, no, what it hates is attention. And every time he gets that attention, you will see, say, or exhibited the highest form of that self-depreciation syndrome. It is not because you're combative, it is because he needs a therapist. Somebody needs to sit him down. A professional needs to sit him down and say, you know what, mister? Apart from your whatever, you need to understand that psychologically, you are not in the right place. Because when you get the opportunity, what you do is that you want to impugn. You want to make people look like you are better than them. It shows clear that you are lacking something. You still want something. At a point, he was in parliament discussing Atade Obishe. And you know what? Look at the shirt he's wearing. Look at this shirt. It's very expensive. It is somebody coming from a poor background. Obia ehiano, Obia when you had the opportunity to enjoy as a child. Obia when you had that luxury to be seen. And he has been like a chicken since he was a kid. We are not kakra nana dan kweku for because of his foolish leadership. No, Oberman be a leader. So you see, the moment he became a leader, he started disrespecting everybody. Everybody's an idiot because he has been waiting for this for years. Afenyo Markin needs help. Now listen to this guy.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I shall proceed with my opening remarks, which remarks I make for and on behalf of the minority caucus of this committee.
Honorable Minority Leader and the ranking member of the committee, I shall accord you every respect and the time to raise your issue. My only hope and prayer is that whatever issue that you are going to raise must be raised within the rules that governs this committee as well as the entire parliament. The floor is now yours.
Chairman, thank you very much. I shall proceed my remarks with a quote from Shakespeare's Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 7. First, as I'm his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed.
See, look at this. You see, it's about him. You see, he lacks it. He needs to see a shrink. The guy is not well. He needs a therapist. He wants everything to be about him. And you see, the Emiyan say the NPP as a political party, the 87 piglets, they don't see it. Today, the NPP or the minority, they could have sat through this and questioned Mr. Bonny. Seriously. But because of this child who everything is supposed to be about him, because of this child who thinks that if it is not about me, it should not be about anyone, he started Macbeth. I'm quoting from here. And do you know Afenyo Markin? When he called that Papa Bina, Afenyo Markin kwaje ne yire no, and then die di no. Sa papa no ne yire nua eferi jeje, and then nsake kan papa ne ma no. Okay, audio na me bo kire mu no. When he called the gentleman, what did he do? He wanted to intimidate the gentleman. He wanted to feel superior. He wanted to tell the gentleman that, you know what, I am bigger than you, and that the conversation we are going to have, no matter who you think you are, whatever I would say makes sense. Yours doesn't. And until that, when he called the gentleman, he started by saying, who are you? How old are you? Well, listen to this. You remember this? Tenkorang Afenyo Markin, the girlfriend, Ninuya, listen to the conversation between Afenyo and the man.
Just sit in the school for them to come.
You made the complaint to National Security.
That is so.
I need the right audio to play. Afenyo Markin, at the end of the day, maybe when I get a video, I'll play it. Afenyo Markin of Fred Bermano. The first thing he did was that, Tim, get me the audio. The first thing he did was that he told the guy, who are you? I am Afenyo Markin. How old are you? You don't fucking know the person on the other side of the line. You don't know who you are talking to. Na nipa na one na yire da no. Nipa no na yire na da no wan kan kire o musa o yire oba ne se be man we di saying. At least the court document should tell you. Say Bemano or you'll be a you don't need to be asking the person how old are you. It's an inferiority complex. He's suffering from that deficiency, that syndrome. He's struggling. The guy needs a therapist. When I saw him this morning, when I saw Afenyo Markin this morning leading the NPP and say we are staging a walkout right now. When you go on the NPP people, their platforms, do you know what they are doing? They are now trying to defend boycotting and walkout. See how stupid they are. Now, their defense, are they only defending Afenyo Markin and say, oh, boycotting is different from walkout. At the end of the day, what we wanted to achieve, did you achieve it? No. Insuonable and insuonable. At the end of the day, Obana draws more for. It is not about boycotting. It is not about walkout. It's about what we wanted to achieve. What we wanted to achieve was for you to go and question the Chief Justice. Were you able to do it? No. So such idiots who cannot differentiate between cancel and review today are on social media trying to preach about boycotting and walkout. And such fools are the ones trying to explain to us the difference between boycott and walkout. We didn't walk out. We didn't boycott. We walked out. You are stupid. Jimmy. And nobody is taking the new group of people serious again because they were adults. Not in penifo the boy wechi. When they were walking out, see the number of people are now omudine chair they were walking out. These are all older people. They are all supposed to know, say, boy, we need to stop it. This is Afenyo Markin. And all these people following him, walking out, following him. At the end of the day, what happened was they didn't even question to say, hey, Boga, now you're sorry, Akono. The issue is, what actually happened?
Thank you for the opportunity, and I shall proceed with my opening remarks, which remarks I make for and on behalf of the minority caucus of this committee.
Honorable Minority Leader and the ranking member of the committee, I shall accord you every respect and the time to raise your issue. My only hope and prayer is that whatever issue that we are going to raise must be raised within the rules that governs this committee as well as the entire parliament. The floor is now yours.
Chairman, thank you very much. I shall proceed my remarks with a quote from Shakespeare's Macbeth. Law. We gather to vet an issue. Instead, it has become a test of whether Ghana's judiciary.
Chairman, the nominee who is here to be vetted.
Yes. No, she believes in us.
So far, we have extended to you every courtesy. We've had well grounded in law. You made to you to proceed whilst we exit this committee room with our views well documented for the records, and on the floor we shall proceed with the debate, further stating our position and take a vote against the nominee as required by the rules of the plenary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minority Leader. But how do you reject a nominee who is here to be vetted?
Yes. No, she believes in us.
The report is not ready to be voted for. We are not at the stage of approval. So your conclusion is very preemptive.
Yes, Chairman, with respect. Chairman, with
this is not what I want you to respond to.
No, Chairman, but
I don't want your
Chairman,
response
to the extent that you've raised it, I just need to our position.
Honorable Minority Leader,
that we have rejected. We don't need to
agreed on your position.
We rejected. And we
agreed on your position. Yes. When it is time for voting, then you can vote again. Yes, yes. So we thank you very much. And we wish you a very good luck. Honorable members, yes. Honorable members, those present here.
In Kokurano, Mudi Saboy Wich, you know. In Kokurano, they are making this young boy fool them. What will make all of them not to sit and say, hey, fine, you are a leader, but you are not older than us. Relax. And they are making this boy who is suffering from a lot of things. Afenyo Markin, if you are watching me, wherever you are watching me from, as a Ghanaian, Ghana need to send me, I'm sure. I want to tell you this. You need a therapist. You seriously need one. I've seen a lot of things. Maybe a Ghana antina but your level of a year, the way you are struggling, you need somebody to help you. I'm telling you, you might be pissed off, and then you might say, but the honest truth is that you really need somebody to help you. Because say one jantum Emma Obiam Wawa Afenyo, I am telling you, you're going to struggle. Politics is going to be tough for you. The way you are yearning for attention, the way you want everything to be about you, the way you just I'm sorry. Where is this playing from? Give me this shot. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Me tetafo na me buy me baton fish. Ewo asafo market. Ya me be one wo hwe me. Da bia no pa me so dia wo yem tiama me. Awia ne ama me eto afufu anwuma so ne asebo me. Efiri se dum so ba me ba no fish adaka duasa ne akoto agu kwa. Eti na me ba no wonya sika ma me na me de didi. Efira no pa me ba me ni di yo. Eno anis bodo se hwan. Ana me bedu ha no mato bi die. Me ba nya sika ma me wo bo Asante. Say the adwuma no nya dum so. Abrowa de me na ye nyina firi dum so. Me ti asi me dem esum ho. Ne mu ya answer me da fom.
So Afenyo is watching. Afenyo, I'm telling you, you need help. It hurts me telling you this. But quietly, if you don't want anybody to know in Ghana, leave the country and go seek help. You need a therapist. You need a shrink. You need somebody to sit with you to tell you your problem. Majority of the people are what's our problem. No, you are suffering from this inferiority complex. You are depreciating in complex. On say of friend man no. They catch them say video been audio number watch him no. When he called Tenkorang Papa no, you saw the way he started his conversation. It shows a man who needs attention. Listen to the conversation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
This is Afenyo Markin.
Okay. Yes, I missed your call this morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I called you, huh? How old are you?
Sorry?
How old are you?
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
I said, how old are you? What's your age?
Sorry, sir, I want to understand why.
Okay, I'm your ex-wife's lawyer regarding the custody of your kids. Okay. When I sent my junior lawyer, Deborah, you remember the drama in the school on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that ended at the police station, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying, how old are you? There's something I want to tell you. That's why I'm asking you. I'm talking to you as a gentleman, as a brother. What's your age now?
I find it difficult to answer this
question. No problem. If you want to answer, let me tell you something. I'm a family man myself, okay?
Sorry, come again.
I'm saying I'm a family man myself.
Okay.
And I'm talking to you as a brother.
Okay.
I don't want to pull the law. Okay? It will be waste of energy. But I want us to find a way of...
Now you see. You see, I was telling you, say, oh, here a therapist. Now he's like, oh, how old are you? This is somebody's dad. This is a woman you are sleeping with, her husband. A matured man you are calling. You have sent people to this man's kids' school to go and kidnap them. And you play it like a shallow state. Oh, where about the incident, my Deborah, my associate, the incident that happened in your kids' school. You sent kidnappers posing as national security operatives with one of your associates in your law firm, and you call the man to ask, how old are you? About the incident. Now, Afenyo Markin kwasia, obi na nkekwache oba on the school. Ankabetina TV so say, Ankabe friend panaka say, oh, how old are you? What is your age? The disrespect. So I keep telling you, you see, the guy needs a therapist. Every single place obehu nipa 1, 2, 3 bia, this syndrome will show. Any day, it shouldn't surprise anybody in Ghana. This is, he went ahead. I don't want to pull the law because it's a waste of time. Don't want to pull the law. What are you trying to do? You are threatening the person that you know the law. He doesn't know the law. So you can use the law to intimidate the person. You don't want to pull the law. What do you mean by you don't want to pull the law? Are you the omnipotent of law? So it's all about, do you know me? Do you know what I do? Do you know what I represent? Don't you know Afenyo Markin? I am sleeping with your ex-wife. His brother molested your daughter, but it's a normal thing. So tell me your age. Foolish man. How can you do that? And that is why I keep telling you, and more MPP for no parliament, you know. Some open year, more fun leader, you need help. Afenyo, you need help. I am talking to you as a brother. Quietly exit Ghana, go to the UK, come to America, come and find a good therapist and speak to. If you cannot trust those in Ghana, quickly, because I'm telling you, this thing will lead you somewhere you will never like. You will regret for the rest of your life. Afenyo Markin, you need serious help. Because if you don't stop it now, then it's going to mix with bipolar. And that is where it gets dangerous. Every single thing you do clearly shows that you want to belong. You want to be seen. This was a clear, good opportunity for the NPP to grill Mr. Bafuboni. It was a clear, good opportunity to prove to Ghanaians that your party wasn't following Torkonu because she is your party member. This was the only time Ankabubenya Ariachre Ghana said, oh, Torkonu wonka hu yene de hia say ye osie ye esokru no ene na osie ye. This was your opportunity, but it is because of what you are suffering from, the belonging, that syndrome that always every time you want it to be about you. You know, when you sent Deborah to this kids' school, Ghana for Muntie, I know in same way in country, Tema Torkonu, a General Legal Council or a chairman no. Bafuboni was on that board. Time Afenyo Markin, a smart Deborah, a maniko on Koran school with 2 thugs posing as national security, police for Bechinko. When the case was referred, the gentleman petitioned GLC. Do you know Bafuboni was on that committee? But what happened was Torkonu took over the case and said, Torkonu and Samokujato, and said, they should not disband Afenyo Markin. And that the lady, that lawyer lady, Deborah, no, they were supposed to disband Deborah. Deborah, they did not touch her. They just told Deborah, Deborah should go and write an apology letter. Because they know, when they disband Deborah, Afenyo Markin will have to lose his license too. Bafuboni could have contested that to make sure you were never a lawyer in Ghana. But you see, because you are not intelligent, You think everything should be about you. So you thought today you can embarrass the man sitting there. This man, when he learned the law, you say, what's now for all you know, no. That time now when you but that does not also stop you from questioning him. So you had the opportunity to question this man, to grill this man, to let us know whether he's qualified or not. But you chose your syndrome, your inferiority complex, that thing that is making you wanting to belong. You chose that over leading a group that are foolish to also recognize that. In the end, MPP could not take part in this vetting. It's because of this special needs child only the NPP. He needs help. The guy needs help. Can't you see it? I can play about 5 videos of Afenyo Markin. Now I share videos in Yana. You ask yourself, say, hey, why didn't we see, say, Afenyo Markin needs help? Mr. P, Mr. S, get me videos of Afenyo Markin. Now I'm born chamo. So when you're about to say he needs help. Metwana said, no. That's a problem. The NPP, they need to see it quickly. The guy needs the help, and you people are failing. Afenyo Markin needs help.
The only way the media can help us succeed is to ensure a balance.
Take your time, analyze it very well. Put your political lens aside. We are helping a brother. We are helping take a brother out of some kind of syndrome. And the guy, if we don't help him now, we will lose somebody or kind of parliament. Afenyo Markin needs a therapist. Now look. At a point, he even went ahead to attack a clerk in parliament.
For me, we have to ask the relevant questions. You are aware that some of the nominees, we don't even questions. Where we have to ask the relevant questions, we will ask. Nothing will stop us from asking the necessary questions. It's not every nominee. Some of their nominees spend 5 minutes. NDC is always up to intimidating people. They think that they must always bully. We will not accept any bully. They can call us micro-minority. They can say whatever they want to say. We've been cooperating with them. Today we agreed to do 3. The clerk to the committee is a partisan clerk. She is a typical NDC. She agrees with them, and then she advertises and informs people to come. All the practice has always been that Chairman Rankin would agree as to who will come. Yesterday, there was no agreement. The chairman was with me, no meeting. Then in the night, 10 p.m., the clerk advertised 10. This morning, my deputy was here. They had a pre-sitting. They agreed to 3. Later in the afternoon, they said 4. And then again, they said that, oh, let's compromise on 1 more. We said, okay, then he made it 5. Just as we finished the 5th, we realized that they've paraded several other nominees, dressed, and then they thought that we will boycott. We will not boycott. We will not boycott. We will not boycott.
But you will destroy the equipment.
I'm saying that we will not boycott. Thank you very much. What do you have tomorrow? All right. We've agreed.
ECG. I had the privilege of chairing the board in July. Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can... The only way the media can help us succeed is to ensure...
So let's put partisan things aside, politics, NDC, MPP. Aglo, Mumbompa Yama Afenyo Markin. I have seen it. And so many people watching me tonight, they've seen it. Psychologically, he's struggling. Emotionally, he's struggling. Whatever he didn't get when he was growing up, he thinks he can get all now. He sees every opinion as a combative opinion. He sees every person who challenges his reasoning as an enemy. He's suffering from this self-depreciation syndrome, whereby he always wants to be seen. We need to take, you see, Parliament needs a psychological department. And I don't say this with malice. Parliament needs it. And if we don't take our time, take a step back and watch the gestures, comments, and some of the things some of our politicians do, sometimes we might miss it and we will end up blaming each other. Afenyo Markin is a typical example of a politician who needs a professional therapist. Because of this thing he's going through, the NPP today could not question Bafuboni one question. Because of this syndrome. Because of this he's going through. Because of this that is destroying this guy. Guys, I beg you. Talk to him. Sit him down. Talk to Speaker. Let Speaker give him a week or two. A month. Let him leave the scene. Go out of the country. If he doesn't trust therapists in Ghana, he can go out there and seek that help. The guy is depreciating in reasoning. In any serious country, Afenyo Markin will be kept at a recovery center. You need to help him. You people might think it's a joke. And I know now you're going to start paying attention. He's a special needs child who grew out of pain. He wants to belong. It's making him make basic life mistakes. Leading a political party like the NPP, and you have somebody like this who basically cannot be controlled emotionally, intellectually. Somebody who feels that he needs to wear better shoes than his opponent. Somebody who feels that the tie he wears should be expensive than the water his people drink. Somebody who is always competing with people how he looks. This person is suffering, and is suffering deeply. He needs our help. You might not like me, but take a step back, you NPP, and watch the guy carefully. Take a step back. But the day will come, Kevin Taylor can't say same way. That's all I can do. We have sat back, we have analyzed. I hear about 200 videos of Afenyo Markin. It is not good. It is getting worse every single day. Every day he's depreciating. Every single day. Depreciating in his actions, in his thoughts, the way he reacts. Every single day. If it's not about him, it shouldn't be about anybody. The NPP is losing grounds. Things that you collectively want to do because of this guy, where he is now. Afenyo Markin is like he's in a box with a tiny hole of a reflection, light reflection, and that is what he's chasing. And you people should help him. He's in a very dark room. The only thing he's seeing is a tiny hole that is bringing in just a single ray of light. He needs you people. Put politics aside. He needs you people.